Welcome to an out of the box playthrough video. Today I'm looking at another game from the 2025 Solitaire game competition. This is Leah's Garden. This is a deck builder for one player for 60 minutes. Everything you see here is work in progress, and so the games in the game competition are changing and they get improved, but this is the build that I've made, and I thought I'd make a video of it so you can decide whether you want to follow the link that I'll put below and build your own. So this game is a deck builder, and in this deck builder you are building a garden. And the components you need is a set of cards. So the cards are double-sided. You also need a couple of tokens to copy the kind of flowers in your garden and your sun variables, and also you're going across 5 years. So it has a kind of a cycle that you do a year of working your garden, then you do an upgrade your garden, get more cards for your garden. That is the deck building part of the garden, and then you move through 5 years, and if you've got 25 points you win the game. So the garden itself, you start like a traditional deck builder. There's a set of starting cards. So there are 8 starting cards in your initial deck. And so what you do is that the setup is you give them a good shuffle. And you take the 5 from the bottom. Okay, put those ones there with the sun on the top. And then we have some action cards. I'll give those a shuffle. And they kind of run the way the game works. So you give them a shuffle and kind of turn them over, flip them over, because they are double-sided as well. And what these have is a set of watering patterns that you will water your garden. If you cover certain items on your garden through the watering pattern, you'll get bonuses. But each one of these cards has basically 3 things. You've got a watering pattern, and then a rot, the inevitable fungi or rot, that's mildew that's attacking your garden, will happen, and then there's often a bonus at the bottom. And for when you engage with one of these cards, you have to go through all 3 of these. And part of the neat thing of how the game works in terms of determining whether you finished a year or not is you shuffle these up and swap them over every now and then, give them a good shuffle, and then you make them into 2 even piles. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll put 8 on that pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on that pile. I might flip that one over. And so the way the turns go is that you have to pick one of the cards off the pile and do those actions, and you keep on doing this until you hit a card that you can't fulfill. And the fulfillment is to do with the pattern of watering or some of the other aspects of the card, and that then blocks the end of the round, and then you start again. You need a lot of extra tokens. So you need water tokens, because we're going to be placing these on the garden. We need some rot tokens, which we'll also place on the garden when rot happens. It might be easy just to pick a card and show you how things are going. Oh, there's some expansion cards that are ways of extending your garden. This is a deck builder, and you can pay for those in an upgrade phase, and they go into your deck, and that's how you build your deck. They're double-sided as well, because you can buy them, but as part of upgrades you can also flip them, and that's how you score points. So you'll see that none of my cards at the moment score any points because I've just started, but as you go through the game you can pay the values of those cards, and then start, not only do they have better abilities, but they get you closer to that 25 victory points. So in terms of the iconography, there are lots of icons to learn, but they're really nicely set out in the rules, and they kind of make sense, and they give you little bonuses, and you'll just end up working through them as you need to. So what you do is you pick a card. So we might pick this one. and I've got a pattern here that allows me to water my garden, and I can flip that and I can mirror it. Well, I don't flip it, but I can mirror it within my garden and see where I'm going to put it to try and maximize the things that I might want to water. And so if we look at some of the icons, if we get the flower one, we get +1 as a resource, and those ones at the top we will spend in the resource phase, the upgrade phase. So we do an action phase till we can't run any more action cards, then we do an upgrade phase, then we do a cleanup, and then we start a new year. This one is resilience. I think it's resilience. Call it resilience. It's a pine tree. Yeah, resilience. And so if I water that, that reduces the amount of rot that I need to put in that turn, the next turn. And so that's kind of useful. Oh no, it's this turn. This one is sun, and if I put more suns, as I hit different milestones, I get to slot more cards under it, so my garden actually grows within the year, which is also super useful. What else have we got on here? That's it for this one, because it's a very basic, it's the starting cards. So as the game gets further in, you'll be able to upgrade through a deck of a lot more interesting things you can add to your garden. They will still pop out kind of randomly as a deck builder, but as you go closer towards trying to generate that 25 score. So anyway, back to my aim here, which is to do a water pattern like that. I think I will do, maybe I'll go for something not so interesting. I could put it there, or I could get some resilience. Resilience is useful. Okay, so I'm going to put it there, there, and there, and I watered that one as well. So I'm fulfilling the pattern. I get a flower, which is good. What else did I get? I got a sun, which means I get a new card. So I grow my garden a little bit, which is handy. Then I have to do 5 rot, but because I had a resilience in this ring, I only have to do 4. When you put in rot, it has to be, unless it's separated, it has to be in a cluster, and they have to touch orthogonally. So I've got to put 4 in. And of course, that's then going to reduce my options somewhere else. So maybe I'll go, okay, let's just lock off that corner, which is fine. And then we get to the bottom one, so I get another one of the flowers, and I get another sun. And that'll be my first turn. So I put that into the discards. And then I've got 2 choices again. And so again, I would look at this, and so as we start watering and getting more rot in that particular year, it reduces our kind of choices. Yeah, I don't like the look of that one. Maybe I'll try this one. I might look up that symbol, because that symbol looks interesting. And like I said, there are a lot of symbols. Okay. Oh, okay, so this means when you do the rot, it must cover at least, of those 4, one of those spaces, which is something to think about. Okay, so then I think about, well, how can I fit this in? So I could do it, I think I'll do it that way. So I'll go this zigzag. So I'll put one on there, so I'll get one of those. Then I'll put one on here and one on here. So I've got 2 resilience. So when I hit the 4 rot, I only have to do 2 rot, but one of them has to go on a sun. So I guess I'll knock out that one. Maybe I'll do that. It then joins together because the rot is growing. So I fulfilled that condition, and then I get 2 sun, which is handy. So 1, 2, and that gets me a new card off the bottom of my deck. So my garden gets a bit bigger. Okay, so now what have we got? This one looks good. I need a block of 4. Let's try with that then. Okay, so I'm going to water on a block of 4. I'll get one of those, 2, 3, 4. One of those. I've got to do 4 rot. And this is the only kind of area I can do it, which isn't ideal, but it is what it is. And I get 1 more of these. And so you can see as I'm watering and I'm getting rot, my choices for cards are reducing significantly. And so I can't do that card anymore. This card, I can't water in that pattern, and so I'm blocked. So what I do, I got through 3 cards. That's okay. It's only turn 1. So that's the end of the round. Then we do an upgrade. So I can spend my values there. I can buy one of the top 3 cards. So I can look at that and go, do I want to buy one of these cards, or do I want to flip a card that I've already got, because with the costs at the bottom? I think it's good to increase your deck. So I've got 5 points. Oh, that's not great. I might as well go, I can't buy 2, so I can buy that one. So I buy that card for 5. So that goes under there. So I expand it, then I clean up, so I reshuffle the garden, reshuffle the action. So then all of this goes off. Back into my pile, we reset the sun. I go to year 2. You keep your orientation of your cards, because if you flip them because you've got upgrades, so they go back into my deck. I can reshuffle that one. Oh. That goes back under. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my new card has come out. That one, because it's not a starting card. So already my garden is looking better. And I've knocked those badly. These all get reshuffled again. So you reshuffle all your action cards. So there's a lot of shuffling. So you are going to want to sleeve your cards if you're building this. Mine are a bit floppy because I've just printed it on normal paper, because it's a work in progress game. So things could change. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll flip it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And flip it. And then we're off again. And so then I would start year 2. I would then grab cards, do watering, have rot, till I can't do the cards anymore, then do an upgrade. And so if I was going to upgrade these ones, you'd see that one starting card, it kind of keeps what it's got, but it's now worth 2 points. And again, I've got no points at the moment. The aim is to get a garden worth 25 points. Really nice, kind of zen feel to it as you grow your garden. There's a lot of action cards in here, which is good, and the turns can be quite quick, as you've seen. If you can't fulfill the requirements, that's the end. But you get 3-4 turns in your garden, depending on how many cards you get out. Your garden grows year by year. Very nice solo game. I really like it. So I'll put a link below. So that is Leah's garden. Go check it out. Don't forget to subscribe and like.